Hello and welcome back to Dee-licious. I'm Dee and today we're going to be making a fatless sponge. This I'm going to be making into a Swiss roll. They're the curly ones. They look extremely beautiful when they're cut up. This fatless sponge recipe that I'm going to be using is excellent for if you want to swap things out. So if you're gluten-free, you can use gluten-free flour in this recipe without it changing the cake. So it's one of the reasons why I really love this recipe. Also, if you're sugar-free, you can use xylitol or erythritol or whatever it is that you are using instead of the sugar. So this is a really excellent recipe for that, for when you want to swap things out, or if you have a friend coming around who can't eat gluten or sugar. So we're going to start off with I have a KitchenAid, and if you have a KitchenAid, this recipe is super quick and super easy. You can use a handheld mixer instead, and that's going to work as well, a handheld electric. You're not going to be able to do it probably without a great deal of effort by hand. So if you have a KitchenAid, this is an excellent recipe, but don't worry if you haven't, a handheld mixer will do. You're going to use in this recipe 4 eggs. I'm going to do a lemon flavour today. Normally they're vanilla and you use cream, double whipped cream, and either strawberries or raspberries and jam. I like lemon, and I do so happen to have some homemade lemon curd in the house, so I'm doing a lemon flavour today. You're going to start off with a bowl full of warm soapy water, and you're going to put your oven on to 180 degrees centigrade. That's about 400-ish Fahrenheit. Right, so we'll start. I'm going to be using 5 ounces of caster sugar. I'm going to be using 4 ounces of self-raising flour, 4 eggs, and my lemon extract. I'm also going to be using a tablespoon of hot boiling water. I know, it sounds odd, it does make a difference. I have tried omitting it and it does make a difference. So to start off, you're going to put your 5 ounces of caster sugar into your mixing bowl. You're going to crack each of your eggs into a bowl and then put those in too. Right, and you're going to put this on low to begin with, building up as it gets thicker. This will get very thick, this mixture. So you're going to want to put this on for at least 5 minutes, and it will get thick and light and airy, and at that point you can use your essence, whatever it is you're using. If you're going to be making a vanilla one, for instance, you put your teaspoon of vanilla essence in. I'm making lemon, like I said, so I'll be putting lemon in instead. Okay, so normally I would do this whilst it was still going, but it will be really loud if I try that now. So I'm just going to add, at the 5-minute point, I'm going to add a spoonful, this is a half measurement, so that's why I'm doing 2, a teaspoon of lemon extract. You can use more if you like, if you prefer it more lemony. And like I said, the tablespoon of boiling water. And start that up again. Okay, so you should have a little insert, a bit of Amy cam there to show you the texture and the thickness that it's supposed to be. What's the word? Viscosity? Something like that. In any case, it's lovely. You're going to want to sieve your flour now. This is 4 ounces of self-raising. And you're just going to gently, very gently fold this in, because you want to keep as much of the air into the mixture as possible. So I'm going to use my silicone spatula and be as gentle as I can. And you just want to mix this until it's just holding together. You don't worry if you can still see a little bit of flour. You don't need to be careful of over mixing it. With a fatless sponge, that is very important that you don't over mix, because you will just have none of the lightness that the fatless sponge is known for. You can get rid of it quite easily, so just be gentle. Don't be impatient for it all to mix together all at once. The other thing is that I'm going to be using, again, you know I love my silicone mats, so that's what I'm going to be using for this. If you haven't got one, then all you need to do is use the butter and the flour technique that I've shown you in the past. But if you have one of these, this is the best thing. And you just want to gently, how many times am I going to say gently? Gently tip everything onto your tin. It looks gorgeous at this point. I always want to stick my face in it and eat the whole thing. And smooth it out again gently, because that seems to be the word of the morning. Have I told you yet that this is one of my favourite recipes? Because that's something else that I always say. It's my favourite, this is a favourite. It's a bit repetitive, but they are all my favourite recipes. I'm allowed to have more than one. Okay, that is now ready to go in the oven. And it's very important when you're making a fatless sponge that you have already put on your oven and that it is ready immediately now to put in your oven. The longer it waits on the side, the flatter your cake is going to be. Okay, now the next thing that you're going to do, this is come out of the oven. You're going to probably have to leave it about 15 to 20 minutes. Do keep an eye on it though, because you don't want it to burn. You want to be able to touch the top and it's not going to dent under the pressure. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut off the edges. And you're going to do it whilst it's hot. This is still hot. I've only just taken it out of the oven. And you want to do it now because it will be much easier. Another thing that you want to do at this point is you want to roll it. You want to roll the sponge because you're going to be rolling it up when it's cool and you've decorated it, but it won't hold the shape properly. It will try to break apart if you haven't already rolled it whilst it's hot. So there, top tip. And if you're using, which I am, one of these, you can use this to roll it. If you're not using one of these, just use a clean tea towel. You just want to fold it over at the top and curl it over. So you just want to roll it like that and then let it open again and then let it cool. In the meantime, what you're going to want to do is whip your cream. I'm going to have a lemon curd filling with cream as well. I tend to put the cream on first and then spread the lemon curd on top of that, because if you put the lemon curd on first, the cream wants to slip around and it becomes a little bit difficult to control. Like the comfort of a child's night, and the words will just melt away like a morning mist in the morning. I hope you like and subscribe. Thank you very much.